This is episode 15 of The Take. It is December 23rd. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we are about to go into a new year. Please, 2020, fuck off and get out of here. The 2020 Jets continue to surprise me in a lot of ways, and they get their first win against the Rams this past week. That will be later in the show. Absolutely abysmal. NBA season starts. LeBron James and the Lakers get embarrassed by the Clippers. The Brooklyn Nets, Kevin Durant's debut last night, him and Irving, they went about against Golden State, won by 26. That's all next, coming up. So, both New York football teams essentially lost last week. Giants get embarrassed on Sunday Night Football to the Browns. Jets beat the LA Rams. Jets got their first win in a year where they had a chance to get the first overall pick, a generational talent quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. He's getting compared to guys, like Peyton Manning, Elway, Marino. This is the quarterback that you were you were content with replacing Sam Darnold with, new coach. Basically, you were going to turn over probably this entire coaching staff with Greg Williams already canned for next season, and this job was very enticing. This head coaching job would have been very enticing. You get Trevor Lawrence, things like that. But no, they couldn't do it. They somehow beat, at the time, the NFC division leaders in the LA Rams, a 9-4 football team. That's when they decided to win their first game. And now they're sitting at the second overall pick because strength of schedule, Jags have the first pick. Both teams could lose out. Jets still getting the number 2 pick. Now, is there a chance, is there a prey of hope that the Jags beat the Bears this coming week? Maybe. Bears are playing really good football, so it doesn't really matter. But the fact that the Jets continue, and this is it's surprising, but it's not, because this is exactly what the Jets have fucking done every year in and year out. That same old goddamn Jets. It's the same shit every year. They somehow fuck up going 0-16 to get the best player in the last 10 years of any NFL draft. And now he's going to play in Jacksonville. He's going to play in, the garbage can Jacksonville City in Florida. And for all the people that said, Trevor Lawrence is going to stay at Clemson to not play not to play in New York, the biggest market. Oh, but he wants to play in Jacksonville. Oh, okay. You think he'd rather be playing in New York than Jacksonville? Yeah. But there's this narrative that he just he wasn't going to want to play in New York if the Jets had that pick. I mean, give me a break. It's not so much of course, same old Jets there when they win, they lose. I mean, Sean McVay, the offensive genius that he is, and what the Rams have been doing, how good their offense has been this year with the run. They've been allowing Goff. They've been very successful with Goff because they've been running a lot of RPOs, play actions. The run game's been really good this year. Couldn't do anything. 23-20. 3rd and 4, 4th and 4. They went deep twice. Let the game go. And now, as a Jet fan, I don't even know if I want Justin Fields at number 2. If that's the quarterback you're going to get, and not that even matter. It doesn't even matter. I don't even care at this point. That's not even a conversation for today. It's not a conversation for next week. It's not even a conversation until the draft starts to come up. Now you think, all right, keep Sam, trade the number 2 pick for assets, and if you wanted to draft a quarterback, you draft it in the 2nd round or the late first. I don't know if that the Seahawks first round pick that you have is the one you want to use a quarterback. If you want to get a guy like Mac Jones or Kyle Trask, but if the Jags don't win a game, then they're stuck with the number 2 pick, and at that point, I don't know if it's worth going away from Sam to go to Justin Fields. How big of an improvement is taking Fields and Darnold and really putting them side by side in comparison when you know the type of talent you have with Trevor Lawrence? You know that if Lawrence is here, the quarterback position is vastly improving. At what point do you say, all right, if we get Fields, how is it, a little bit? That's not really improving your team. If there's a chance that he's a little bit better than Darnold, that's not good enough. You have to, I guess, decide with the second pick if you want to trade down to get assets at places where you can greatly improve. Whether that's helping Becton at left tackle and getting a right guard and helping and building that offensive line up. Because Becton's been probably the best left tackle this season. Pro Bowl snub, by the way. Not that that matters. The Pro Bowl literally means absolutely nothing. Although on contracts, incentives, things like that. But for overall recognition, the Pro Bowl's a joke. The fact that they fucked this up. The fact that no one-win team has not gotten the first overall pick. You're going to have a Jags one-win team, and you're going to have a Jets one-win team. And, of course, the Jets are going to be the first team to be a one-win team in the season and not get the first overall pick because that is just the way this organization and this franchise is. It is absolutely a joke. Ben Vasta FaceTime. What's up, brother? We're recording. He's on. Ben Vasta will be on a little bit later talking Army football. You coming on? You coming over soon? Army, Navy, Army, Air Force, bowl games. They got it. Are you coming over right now?
I'm here.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, shit.
He's here. Keep it rolling. We're going. All right, Christian, we'll get you. Benny's outside. We also, on top of NFL, we are talking Army, Navy a few weeks ago, Army, Air Force, and Army football getting the bowl game after the military bowl got canceled. All in all, though, I mean, now I lost my train of thought, but... And then now, so the Jets get the Browns this week. Jags at home have the Bears. I mean, as good as the Bears have been playing, who knows if the Bears, pull a dud and the Jags can somehow get a win. It's so Jet. And you can't. And I know some people have compared like the Jets went to the 2 AFC championships with Sanchez and a good defense, a good O-line, a good run game. Why don't we do that? That's not even the NFL anymore. You can't succeed in the NFL anymore like that. It's just not going to happen. You need a quarterback. The quarterback is the most important position. That's what you have to do. All right. Now that I talked about the 1-13 football team, I shouldn't even waste another fucking breath on them. Buffalo Bills. I mean, another dominant performance. And, you could say, yeah, it's the Broncos. That's not a playoff team, but they absolutely embarrassed them at their own field. This spread was 6.5. If Josh Allen and McDermott, if they wanted to, they could have put up 60 points on this team, and they decided not to. They just were like 48's enough, or 45, whatever it was. Chiefs squeeze a win out against the Saints. I mean, yes, I still think the Chiefs are the number one team in the NFL, power ranked at number one. The Buffalo Bills are not far behind, and they clinch the AFC East for the first time since '95. Congratulations to all my friends who are Buffalo Bills fans. It's been a long time coming. Just goes to show you have your coach, you have your guy, you have your number one receiver in Stephon Diggs. Puts up another hell of a performance. This is a fun team to watch. I really enjoy watching the Bills play football, and they're clicking at the right time. They are my number 2 team in the NFL right now, if not possible number 1. We will see, though. Again, so the Giants lost to the Browns 26. Daniel Jones did not play again. And it's another thing. A month ago we were talking about how this Giants team, the defense is unstoppable. This is they're a playoff team. They're gonna win the division. They are so far off. And Giants fans must just be delusional or something. This team is so far off still from being a team that could be competitive against the other top teams in this conference. They don't, you were able to beat a Seahawks team this year with great defense, but I mean, they can't beat the rest. A Chiefs, a Saints, a Bills team. Couldn't beat a Browns team on Sunday. And they might be better than the Steelers, who knows? Although, first game of the year was way different. They need some help, right? If they get one win, Washington loses out, they can sneak in at that division. Now, Washington, their pass rush is still elite. They don't know what's going on. Dwayne Haskins, the COVID protocol, you should see he was out. There was a video of him out. Who knows what the protocol's going to be with that? Is Daniel Jones even going to play, this coming week against the Ravens? Who knows? Another team that I want to talk to you about is the Pittsburgh Steelers. And boy, dude, they look like dog shit. I mean, Juju, you keep making TikToks on the logo, on the midfield logo of every team. Buffalo, Cincy, 0-3. You're now 11-3. They are, so Big Ben did not play well. They lost outright. They lost to the Bengals on Monday night, right? Offense did nothing. Big Ben had 19 passing yards in the first half. Bengals defense showed up to play. They are so close to a first round elimination. Even if they win division, they'll host one, right? Whoever they play, I don't think that they're better. Could be the Dolphins. Could be, Tennessee. Could be Cleveland. Maybe it's Baltimore. Maybe Baltimore sneaks in. I don't see Pittsburgh winning a playoff game. I just, They lost Bud Dupree a few weeks ago. I've been saying it. That's been the toughest loss. They let Gio Bernard run all over them on Monday. Scored 2 touchdowns. This is a guy that's been the backup running back for the last 15 years on this team. Shredding the defense. 2 touchdowns. 11-3 means absolutely nothing. They're not even a top 10 team right now. Steelers. Joke. What an empty 11-3 team. If you're a fan of them, what positives did you have out of the last month? Lost to a Washington team, you lost to a Cincinnati team, and what did I just say? Who else what did I just say they lost to? I don't even know. Oh, and a Bills team. Okay, and a Bills team. Other 2 teams under 500. Bengals 2-10-1. Now 3-10-1. 10-loss team. You think they're your playoff contender? God. All right, week 16 against the spread. Get going right here. All right, 6 minutes we got. Beautiful. All right, I like the Vikings +7 versus the Saints. They've played a lot of close games. I think the Vikings are a team that plays up to their opponent, that when they play a better team than them, and then they play down to the worst teams. They keep every game pretty close. I think 7, a full touchdown is a lot. Drew played great last week against the Chiefs. They weren't able to get rid of one. But I think +7, I think Saints come out with the home win. Bucks -9.5 versus the Lions. Might be a little big. Bucks just snuck out with a victory last week against the Falcons. I think the Bucks cover the Stone -9.5. Stafford's playing, but he's playing hurt, so who knows if he plays to his caliber. Niners-Cardinals, I like the Cardinals -5. Really nice win against the Eagles, against Jalen Hurts. Performed really well against Arizona. And the Cardinals are still fighting, so I really like the -5. I think they're going to try and punch a division rival. -5, I like that. Dolphins -3 versus the Raiders. Carr probably not playing this week. It's Mariota. Mariota did play very well against the Chargers. I like the Dolphins -3. Browns -9.5 against the Jets. There's no way the Jets play another close game. You had your one fluke. Browns are playing great football. Defense is playing great. Baker's playing great. Falcons versus Chiefs. I'll take the Chiefs -10.5. Just a bunch, some bigger numbers, but Chiefs -10.5. I think the Chiefs are going to shred this Falcons defense. Don't know what they're going to do. Probably won't be able to stop anything. And as bad as I shitted on the Steelers, Colts versus Steelers. I like the Steelers +1.5. I think they're going to win this game. Something has to click. Something has, they got to do something, right? 11-3. I think they win this week. All right. Bears, Jags. Jags +7.5. The only reason I'm taking the Jags +7.5 is because I need them to actually win outright against the Bears for the Jets to get a chance at that first round pick. And again, the Bears, as great as their offense has been playing, their offense in the red zone, they've been fantastic. Defense has played up very well. Who knows? A dud could be there for them. Jags could spark some luck. Minshew's in again, as they say. I mean, they continue to get blown out with their starting quarterback, but Jags +7. I'm holding on to a prayer. Giants, okay, I think this is if Daniel Jones is intended to start. Giants +11 versus the Ravens. Now, the Ravens can either absolutely shred the Giants and win by 30, or the Ravens are going to play down and the Giants are going to keep this game close. So I'm going to take a chance with the Giants +11. I'm going to stick with the Bengals like I did last week. I like the Bengals +8. The Texans are not a good football team. And you're getting and the Bengals are getting over a touchdown with a team that is around the same record as them. I'll take the Bengals +8. Chargers -3 against the Broncos. I mean, I tried to play well that the Broncos defense is good and everything. Drew Lock stinks right now. I like Herbert. Had a great game Thursday night. Chargers really played a complete game on Thursday when they beat the Raiders. I'll take them -3. This one's an interesting one. Panthers-Washington. Panthers did play pretty well against the Packers, and if Teddy doesn't fumble at the goal line, I think the Panthers might have beaten Green Bay. I'll still take Washington -2.5. If they win here, they are going to clinch that division, and Washington's going to be in the playoffs. I like the Eagles -2.5 against the Cowboys. Dude, Jalen Hurts is a stud. I think he's for real. He's playing really, really good football, showing that Carson Wentz, all the money he's getting paid, I mean, what were they doing? Might not be worth it. Again, next one could be a trap one. Rams got shocked and embarrassed by the Jets. I'm still taking the Rams +1.5 against the Seahawks. I think this is a bounce back game, and just like the NFL is any given Sunday, I think the Rams beat the Seahawks. They come with a different game, a new game plan, a game plan that they're gonna run the ball first, play action, and Goff's gonna get some air into the ball and throw the ball. I like the Rams +1.5. Titans, Packers. This is Sunday Night Football. This is the game of the week. This is going to be a really good matchup. I still like the Packers -3.5. I think the Titans' defense, not that great. I think the Packers, Rodgers gets it going. I like the matchup with Devontae Adams, Tanyan in the middle of the field. And division matchup, I like the Bills -7 against the Patriots. There's nothing you could do to tell me that the Bills won't cover any spread right now when it's single digits. They're playing that good of football. Patriots are eliminated from the playoffs first time since 2008. Bills are basically, not clinched yet, but they're probably going to be the number 2. So, even a loss, I think if they win, they win, And if they win, I think if they win this week, they clinch. They'll probably clinch that number 2 seed. So maybe you sit your starters week 17. But I think McDermott steamrolls the Patriots this week as well. We went 8-6-2 last week. Overall record 53-48-3. Not doing too bad. Week 16, that's the slate. Just a little, morning reaction of the first night of the 2020-2021 NBA season. Just really crazy that they decided and they were okay with going forward with the season to get it before Christmas. As we know, NBA Christmas Day is that's their day on the network. You have 5 games a day. Although the NFL has a Christmas football game, Lakers 71-day turnaround from last night. They got their rings. They celebrated their championship. It was nice. The families, each player, they had their families congratulate them as they got their ring. Very nice. We'll start with the early game though. Warriors Nets. From the get-go, Nets absolutely rout the Warriors. Durant's debut. KD goes for 22, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 7 of 16 shooting, and only had to play 25 minutes. Sat the entire fourth quarter. Just an absolute rout. Embarrassing display. The Warriors. Curry shot 2 of 10 from downtown. This Brooklyn Net team is going to be there the entire year. I think going to be a top 5 seed, possibly a top 4 seed in this conference. A team that's going to fight for maybe the top spot between the Milwaukee Bucks, Miami Heat, Celtics, teams like that. Now, I'm wondering how good their defense is going to be because I don't really see them defending much on that side of the ball. For sure, they're going to be able to score. You have Kyrie. You have Durant. Joe Harris. Still have Dinwiddie, obviously. Who else? Oh, yeah, Karis LeVert off the bench with 20 points. This team is actually very deep with some solid players. The fact that you're able to move LeVert out of the starting lineup to go with Irving, Dinwiddie, Harris, Durant, and DeAndre Jordan. Also, don't know why DeAndre Jordan's starting. Jared Allen should be starting at center. That's what happens, I guess, when you're best friends with Kevin Durant. I don't know. But there's nothing, as a Net fan, you are very happy this morning. There's nothing really bad you can say. It's the perfect start of this new Nets basketball era. Now, Clippers-Lakers, obviously, I'm sure Laker fans, it's kind of not even the championship hangover, but it's winning a championship. It seemed, even before the game, when they were getting their rings, that their minds were literally just, we got our rings, that's awesome. Because first quarter, they looked like absolute dog crap too. They were down by 20. 39 or 37 to 17 or 39 to, what was it, 39 to 19? 39-19 first quarter. Lakers basically almost did the same thing. They outscored the Clippers by 18 of themselves in the second quarter, kept it close. That second unit came in. Clippers still came away with a 7-point victory. So last week, Vinny and I were saying, I do think the Lakers got better. It's very, now that I saw them play, and even both teams, after seeing the Clippers and the Lakers play last year in the bubble, and there's new guys on both teams, Batum, Ibaka for the Clippers. Their starting five was Ibaka, Batum, Leonard, Beverly, George. Lakers was AD, LeBron, Marc Gasol, Dennis Schroeder, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Both teams they looked very different, and the Lakers, personally for me, and I'm sure they'll have nights like these, did not impress me at all. I don't even know if they honestly looked like a worse team on the floor last night. And again, that could be just obviously first game, Harold had a great double-double off the bench. Kuzma played well off the bench. That's the thing. Their bench is way better than it was last year, although I think them losing Rajon Rondo really might kill them. As good as he played in the playoffs, he was their third best player throughout the bubble, and they let him go to Atlanta. Clips looked pretty good, though. Paul George played very well. Kawhi didn't shoot great from the field, 10 of 26. It just looked like this game just looked very flat for on the Lakers side. And not being in a bubble, but being at the home arenas now, obviously has definitely a different intensity. we're playing 72 games this season. Not the bubble where people got the codes to sit in on these playoff games like we did a few months back. But again, these games are still going out with no fans. So you can tell that there's a little, it's dry. Not as intense games. I'm excited to see the Knicks, though, tonight. They're young. It's not like last year. We knew they were going to stink last year, and they had just old guys. They had Portis, Taj Gibson, blah, blah. Ready to watch guys like R.J. Barrett, Mitch Robinson, Emmanuel Quickley, Kevin Knox, these guys tonight. Just, hey, see what you got. What's our identity? Tom Thibodeau, what do you want from these young guys? What's our identity? I want them to be fun to watch again. That's all I ask. Are their over-unders like 26 wins or something for the 72-game season? Give me some hard-nosed basketball, some physical basketball. Play some with some heart with these young guys. I'd love to see that. This is The Take.